Behind the Roar, the official podcast of West Tigers.
Well, hello and welcome to episode 14 of Behind the Roar, the official podcast of the West Tigers, where we give it to you straight, where we kick speculation into touch and where we learn more about the people and the stories behind this great club. A little bit different this week. We normally drop our podcast on a Wednesday, but given it is the bye weekend for our team, we thought we'd drop it over the weekend, give you a bit more content to enjoy over your weekend, a weekend off for the boys, and I know that they're probably enjoying themselves or resting up as we speak. Now, before we dive into our chat on behalf of the West Tigers, I'd like to, pay tribute to the late, great Tina Turner, who passed away during the week, aged 83. She will always be a big part of the greatest game of all. 30 years on from when Simply the Best became, synonymous with rugby league. In my opinion, it is still one of the greatest motivational tunes on the planet. All right, this week's guest is coming off, one of the biggest games in his 200-game career. He is in his 11th season in the NRL and his 11th season with West Tigers. He's a Balmain junior. He went to Holy Cross Ride, and last Saturday night he became just the 5th West Tigers player to play 200 NRL games for the club. A very warm welcome to Behind the Roar to Luke Brooks. Thanks for joining us, Brooksy. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. Feeling good after the week.
This, we're going to talk more about that epic win, obviously. We're going to talk about a whole lot of things with you, mate. I just want to say thanks for jumping in. I know you guys, bit of a quieter week for you, and you probably had a couple of sherbets last weekend too. You don't. You should have
Just
done
a couple.
How has the week been leading into the bye weekend that we've got now?
Yeah, it's been good. Obviously coming off a great performance on the weekend. It's good to sort of get a rest. I guess this year you get 3 buys. Every team gets 3 buys, so it's good to sort of break up the season and rest your body because it is a tough season.
Yeah, I bet it is too. Not just physically, but you can switch off for the weekend.
Yeah, just get away from footy for a couple of days and come back refreshed, ready to go again next
Any
Monday.
of the boys sort of got plans like going away camping or anything like that? Or
I'm not too sure.
Playing low?
Yeah, a couple of I know Ice is going back home to New Zealand, so a few of the boys might go back to their homes and catch up with their family.
I'll make the most of it.
Yeah.
So what is it now? So it's 7 days or thereabouts since Leichhardt Oval. I mean, you must still be pinching yourself, are you? How your 200 game celebration turned out?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Just how everything turned out. Just firstly to be able to play at Leichhardt in my 200th, a ground that I've had so many games at as a young bloke and so many good memories.
Yeah.
Even before I played first grade, just going there and watching Tigers games. So, to be able to play my 200th there, then the performance the boys put in, I think everyone had a good game in the 17. So, it was a special moment. It was something that I'll always remember. So it was pretty crazy.
It was crazy, mate.
Yeah.
It was a crazy. We'll dive into it in more detail a bit later on. But so, it's a record-breaking win. I think we'd scored more points than ever before. Now, I don't know if you had any of these thoughts, right, before the game, sort of a manifest, if you like. Did you ever think, okay, what would be the perfect night here for me? How would it play out? 200 games, what would it look like? Did it look like that?
Nah, just the win. I just wanted to win, not just for me, like in my 200th game. It was for our season, where we're at. We needed a win, and no one would have expected us to put on that many points. But I guess you have those games and those days where everything goes your way. It probably hasn't really happened too often this season, but the bounce of the ball, everything was just going our way, and I guess we took it with 2 hands and had a great game.
Might sound a bit of a cliche, but you do make your own luck, right? You've got to put yourself there. A couple of bounces did go there your way. You put some really good kicks in, and a couple of bounces did go our way. But you were there in the frame, ready to cash in.
Yeah, and I think that sort of performance has been coming. We we haven't been far off in a lot of the games, but it was just everything. We just put everything together, and it all worked out. So I think we completed it 93%. So that's
But
you got to win most games.
A couple of other games out of that past month block, you've also been completing around the 90%.
Yeah, and I think that's what's sort of changed our the way we've been playing. We've held on to the ball because at the start of the year I think we were last in completions up until round 7 or 8, and you just hurt yourself if you keep turning the ball over. But we completed, but at the same time we were still playing footy, so we got to keep building on that.
We'll talk, as I said, we'll talk more about that, and I want to talk about what the coaching staff said at halftime as well, because I was in the sheds and I thought, righto, interesting. Before we do that, and you had a lot of family and friends there too, that made it even more special.
Yeah, definitely. I think there was about 50 all up of family and friends.
Do you have to pay for those tickets?
Nah.
Do we have to declare that in the salary cap or tax purposes? Fringe benefits tax, 50 tickets. No?
Nah, I paid for them.
Yes, of course. Of course you did. That was nice. The whole stand, the Keith Barnes stand.
Yeah, and the Keith Barnes stand. It was pretty crazy that they kept cheering every time we'd score, but I didn't want to look up because when I eventually did look up, I got a bit emotional, so I turned away. I couldn't look at him. Didn't want to.
And your big cardboard cutout.
Yeah, far out.
Did you notice your noggin?
No, there was heaps around, so
big.
Kept saying, it was life size. So
well, we had them for Clem as well.
Yeah,
they're big. Did you take one home?
Why would I want that?
I thought you would for sure.
Nah.
I was going to get one and get the boys to sign.
My dad said he would take it as a dartboard. So.
Open wide.
Yeah.
180. Righto. Now, I don't know if you've listened to or watched Behind the Roar, Brooksy. This is how we will work it. You'll hear the whistle. We'll have an opening set of 6. Middle of the show, we'll sort of dive into a bit of the nitty gritty over a chicken schnitty. All right, talk some footy. Talk some footy. Talk more about that game. Talk about the Raiders game coming up. A bit about your 10-year history. A bit about your future as well. And then at the back end of the show, we'll have your favourite 5. I'll throw 5 questions at you. All right. Sweet. All I'm asking for is honesty. Smile. Right. And we'll have a bit of fun along the way, all right? All good?
All good. Sounds good, mate.
Well, let's launch into the opening set of 6 then, Brooksy. It is your West Tigers debut. There is the whistle. Do you hear that? Yep. It's at the SCG. I'm not sure who blew that whistle, actually, because there are 2 referees.
Yeah.
You remember them? Jason Robinson was one. Phil Haynes was the other. Round 24 at the SCG against the Dragons. You win 34-18.
Yep.
It's your debut. You score a try on debut. I'd love $1 for the number of times that happens, scoring a try on debut. You are also named man of the match. And here we are, 199 games later, with the opening set of 6, right, on Behind the Roar. Take us back to, as we open up the tackle count, your junior years. When you first started playing, who were you? How old were you?
Yeah. I first started when I was 8, under 8s at Holycross Rhinos. I actually started in soccer under 6s. So my dad played soccer. So
right.
I started playing soccer. Up until under 12s, I would play soccer on Saturdays and league on Sundays. Then, once I got to high school, I had to choose. So I think I always loved league a lot more than soccer, but
busy weekends.
Yeah, it was. I remember in under 12s actually for some reason they changed our grand final on for league on a Saturday, so I had to play my soccer grand final in the morning and then league grand final Saturday night. So that was.
Were you sort of what were you, a striker up front or what?
Because I was quick and left-footed, there wasn't many left-footers, so I was a left winger, just cross the ball in. to the strikers.
Do you kick off the right as well?
I can not like I can kick like grubbers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and the Holy Cross Rhino. So is that like Holy Cross Rides weekend rugby league club, right?
Yeah, it's not. It's like different to the school, but
Yes.
we play out of the school.
Yeah, same as my school. So I was Parramatta Maris, so
Yeah.
I'd play during the week with the school, and then we'd have Parramatta Maris weekend.
Yeah,
Club. Yeah,
it's a different sort of club, but sort of affiliated.
Affiliated, right? Your family life, Brooksy. Tell us a bit more about your family.
Obviously, mum and dad. I got an older and a younger brother, so there's three of us that there's a lot,
Nice.
a lot of backyard footy, cricket in the summer.
Your brother, what's the age differences?
My older brother's 2 years older.
Yeah.
Younger brother is 5 years younger.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of backyard footy.
Yeah, a lot of footy. All sorts of sports. A lot of fights as well.
That's part and parcel of growing up.
Three boys always going to happen.
Absolutely. When did you first know, tackle 3 we're up to, when did you first know that you were pretty good at footy and you thought you could take it sort of seriously? Or did someone tell you?
I don't know. I think it's just sort of just my love for it. I just always loved rugby league, and I guess probably under 12s, I made a New South Wales school team, and I guess from there you start sort of getting a bit serious. So probably under 12s.
Yeah. Well, you don't make those teams unless you're pretty good, right?
Yeah.
And I think through the week, actually, just going off topic a bit here, they had the CHS carnival for New South Wales, which they then go off and play in the Australian Schoolboys Championships and this CCC as well. And of the 20 squad, 5 are from our pathways teams.
Yeah, right.
So what's that? 25% of the CHS team.
So I played
You were
CCC,
right? Yeah, so was I.
2012, our CCC team would have, I reckon, over 50% went on to play NRL.
Yeah,
we had a really good side.
Yeah, and like if you go on and then you go to the Australian Schoolboys Championships and you make the Australian Schoolboys, well, you're pretty much guaranteed. You made the Australian Schoolboys, didn't you?
Yeah. I actually versed Johnny Bateman. He was.
Did you?
He was.
Where was he?
England.
You were over there.
No. They came over here,
right?
And he was actually playing Super League at the time for Bradford Bulls.
At what age was that? He would have been.
He was 19. We were 18. They were an under 19s team.
Yeah.
I think like George Williams. A couple other Super League players played in that side, and we actually had 2 massive punch-ons with them. We had 2 games.
You and Johnny Bateman?
Nah, not me and Johnny
Bateman.
Bateman.
I wouldn't be going.
Nah, no way. He was massive then too. But the first set of each game there was 2 massive punch-ons, but there was no video footage of it because they deleted the footage.
Oh,
they cut it out of the video. So
there you go. Yeah. Well, there you go. We under all sorts of avenues. We're only up to tackle 3 or 4, and we've just learnt that you and Johnny Bateman had a bit of a. No, we'll talk more about Johnny. Yeah. Actually, we're going to get Johnny on next week, I think.
You have to get the subtitles on.
Well, that's the thing. It's a very, very strong Northern English accent.
It is.
But it is actually the Queen's English.
Yeah.
So, and we. How do you get on the field out there? Does he? Oh, he's pretty quiet, isn't he?
Nah, he'll come in and have his. Do
you need a translator out there?
Oh, you sort of pick up, like you hear like one word and then you sort of put 2 and 2 together. But
wait, Paul.
Yeah. Wait. There's been a couple of times when he said a few things I didn't understand, but
yeah, well, maybe some of it you don't want to understand because he gets a bit feisty, John.
Yeah, he does.
That's good. We like that.
Yeah. We need that sort of bloke in our side.
Away from footy, Brooksy, tackle 4 on the opening set of 6. So before you became a dad, what did you used to do to get away from footy in your spare time? Not a lot. Just hang out with my mates.
Yeah, I didn't.
Surf, golf.
I wish for both.
Mm.
My dad tried to get me into golf when I was a young bloke, and I hated it. But now I regret it. I wish I stuck with it because I can't hit the ball straight.
We might as well ask you now, how did the club golf day go during the week?
No good. 18 holes is too long for me.
You had a buggy, didn't you?
Yeah, but I'm hitting the ball. I'm
Yeah,
spraying the ball,
I know.
not hitting it down the fairway.
Trying to hit it too hard?
Yeah, trying to hit it too hard. It's frustrating because if you're good at it, it's a good game to
Hook or slice?
slice left hand. Slice.
Straight into the dams.
Yeah, onto the next fairway. I lost, I reckon,
Yep.
15 balls.
Yeah. I know exactly. But you're involved in the presentation, were you? Did a guy win a golf bag or something?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
And he came up to collect. You were giving it to him?
yeah. There was a
An umbrella?
Stitched him up. Gave him the umbrella. He took it. He took the umbrella. I was gonna.
That was it?
Yeah, I should have took the bag with me. It was a nice.
But
Strixon bag.
they tell me a really enjoyable day.
Yeah, yeah.
Where was it?
Camden Lakeside.
Good course.
Yeah, nice course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's an enjoyable day. I had a good crew with me.
No, it looks like some of the pictures. Everyone had a really good time.
Yeah.
Camden Lakeside plug, ching ching, plug for that. All right, yeah. Well done to everyone that put the golf day together, and to all the boys. The whole team turned up, right?
Yeah.
Who most of them can play, or are some
Well,
total hackers?
There's two blokes that turned up in
Name names.
actual golf kit.
Oh,
David Nofaluma and
I
Isaiah
can see Noff in all
Papali'i.
the gear and ice.
Yeah, he plays a bit. I didn't see them how they hit it, but they said they went well. So
Well, I guess basically, if you turn up and you've got golf shoes that you own and you've got a golf glove, you probably
no full kit.
A
Like
whole
we
lot.
had our Tigers kit on. They had their like
Oh,
polo long pants. Ice had that hat. Had
the
old
whole
man's hat
lot.
on. Yeah, everything.
the beret.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, like caddy. Not I think caddy.
Tommy
what am I-
Shelby. That one.
Oh, Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders.
Ice did.
He actually looked pretty sharp.
Did he look all right?
Yeah,
but
I'll give
can you
it
hit
to him.
You can look the putt. Can you hit him?
I don't know. I think he can.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know. But Clemmer's team won actually.
I saw a photo.
I don't know I don't know how he went. He said he sunk a few putts,
I
but
don't think he started well.
yeah, but yeah.
Did he?
In the water?
Yeah. Drive for show, putt for dough. I think his first drive was pretty average, but he came home strong.
Yeah, right.
Did Clem. Boy, this could be a long one. We're getting off track,
Yeah, I
Brooksy.
Few
Now
60
that you are a dad, describe how much has life changed for you?
Yeah, it's changed heaps. I think you probably don't realise how selfish you are until you have a kid. Then I guess everything just sort of for them now, and I'm enjoying it. I think I love the newborn stage. I reckon that was probably the easiest stage.
Yeah,
because
you
she
don't
was
have to do
sleeping.
much.
Yeah, you don't have to do much, but she's starting to crawl around now, so chasing after her. But I think it just keeps getting better and better. So you think like at that time you're like, how's it going to get better? Then they get a couple of weeks older, and it just keeps getting better. So I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful time of your life, mate. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy every minute of it. Now, I don't know you too well, right? We knock around here and chat a little bit. Tell us something that we do not know about Luke Brooks.
I love cooking. That's something I do now that I think gets me away from things, and I just enjoy it. Like come home from training and then just get
Nice. Do you go down to the markets and buy all the fresh produce? and all that?
yeah. Good quality meat, grass fed beef.
Nice. So, you got to go to sort of signature dish?
Just I love cooking meat. I love good steak. I don't mind doing roasts, a bit of fish. I don't know. I'm a bit obsessed with it. Like I'll go to bed at night. That's what I'm thinking about. What I'm going to cook the next night and how I'm going to cook it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's good,
And
but
what you need.
it doesn't get a good rap. Is TikTok. I learned so much
Did
about cooking on TikTok.
Have you?
Yeah, heaps. It's actually like you got to sort through a bit of the bad stuff, but then
Yeah.
you see cooking videos, and I've learned a lot. So it's good.
I like it too.
get on TikTok.
Yeah. I've even thought of doing a little cookbook.
Yeah. You want?
Just think about just some basics. Yeah,
What, like what? Like
so I'm a single
simple?
dad. I'm a single dad, right?
Yeah.
So I've got 3 kids. So you've got to cook.
Yeah.
If I've got time, I enjoy it.
How would what would your recipes be in the cookbook?
Just basic stuff.
Simple stuff
simple
for
stuff.
other single dads. That's
For other
there you
single
go.
dads. That sort of
Perfect.
stuff. Yeah. We could be onto something here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joint initiative.
Collab.
Collab.
Yeah.
You and me.
Sweet.
Righto. Okay. That's the set of 6. It's been a long one.
Hey West Tigers fans, it's Brent Naden here. We're heading back to Campbelltown Sports Stadium on Friday the 2nd of June to face off against the Raiders. Don't miss a moment. Grab your tickets at Ticket Tech today.
Let's dive into some of the nitty gritty. Let's talk some more footy, right? Talk some more footy. Can we go back to your? Great. I'm a bit like that too.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to talk footy with me because Chris, you work in footy, and I'd rather talk cooking.
Yeah. Sometimes you'd rather just talk about other things, but
I thought cooking. Well, we can't.
I guess
right?
it's our job, isn't it?
We will, but
Yeah.
we won't, right?
yeah.
Let's go back to your NRL debut, right? And I know Joey Johns had already pumped your tyres up a bit, even before you made your NRL debut.
Yeah.
You're only 17 or 18. I'm not quite sure of
18,
your
yeah.
age. You were 18,
18. Yeah.
and you got to play one. You got a special exemption, I think, to play that one game, right?
Yeah.
At the SCG against the Dragons. How well do you remember it?
Yeah, pretty well. Yeah, as you said, I think because we and Dragons both couldn't make the 8, so
Yes.
that's why I got the exemption to play. So, yeah, I just remember being pretty nervous. Then I think once you get out there, I guess when I get nervous is the drive there. But once I'm in
Yeah.
the sheds, I'm all right. So once I was in the sheds, warmed up,
Yeah.
I was pretty good. And yeah, I guess we had a good game, and I had a hand in a couple of tries, scored one myself. So yeah, it was
MOM.
yeah, it was a special day. Not just for me, but for my family as well.
And not many people know this. We did a video last week ahead of your 200. So your granddad
Yeah.
was a very good cricketer.
Yeah, he captained New South Wales. So yeah, he played a fair bit of.
So that made going out into the SCG
Yeah,
more special.
Yeah, I never got to meet him, but my nana, yeah, that would have meant like heaps to her because he played a lot of cricket at the SCG. Then for me to play my first game there, it's pretty weird how things like work out. Like,
Was Nan there?
yeah, she was there. Yeah, she
good.
yeah, she would have
good.
loved it.
And what was Granddad's name?
Clive Johnston.
Righto. There you go. Some big names in that team, right? So Benji was there.
Yeah.
Wingers were David Nofaluma, who you're playing with now, obviously. Lottie Takiri,
Yeah.
Big Keith Galloway, Curtis Sirenen, Liam Fulton, Adam Blair. Here's one for you on the spot. Can you name the spine?
Yeah,
You're part of it.
yeah. Teddy, Braith, me, Joel Luani.
Correct, the window. So Benji was pushed to the centres.
Yeah.
So Braith would play 6.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah. Benji played in the centres, and I think Faf must have been injured, so Joel Luani was starting hooker. Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you'd get Joel.
Nah, yeah, I remember Joel.
Absolutely. Take yourself back to that Saturday afternoon then. So you were 18. If I was to say then, right, this is back at your debut. If I was to say then, Luke, this is the first of another 199 games in the NRL for this same club, what would you have said?
I don't know. It's pretty crazy. I think as a young bloke, I would have loved that. Like, that's all I wanted to do was play for the Tigers, and then to be able to play 200 games for the Tigers is very special. And I guess I never really thought about how many games I would play or what, and all that sort of stuff. Is probably more about like winning grand finals, and so I would love to win a grand final at this club. Back in 05 as a fan, that was probably one of the best days ever. Seeing.
How old would you have been then?
I was 11. I was in year 5.
You were there?
Yeah, I was there. It was
Heaps of
crazy.
mates?
I was there with my family. Because growing up with Tigers, like through the years, it was like the same thing. They never really made finals, and then that year they just went on a run, and I was like, how good's this? And
How good's this?
yeah, and then ever since then, that's like all I wanted to do is win a grand final. We spoke about Tina Turner. My dream is to do the lap of the ground with simply the best player, and that's the ultimate
Wow.
goal.
So you're a 10 or 11-year-old. You're watching Benji and Faf and the rest of them. Paddy, 2005, beat the Cowboys, who you just smashed, Cowboys. And that was what you wanted to do.
Yeah,
And you've done it 200 times now, played it.
yeah,
But you're still chasing that
yeah,
big one.
yeah, 100%. That's why we play, and yeah, hopefully one day.
Well, 10 or 11 years at one employer, forget footy even, like you could be, I don't know, working with Woolworths or Coca-Cola or, I don't know, Bunnings Hardware. You spend a decade at one place of employment, money aside, there's got to be something at that place that really draws you to the place. So what is it most about West Tigers? And look, I know we all need money. We all need to go for big contracts. Yeah, everyone goes for the best they can get. But what is it other than money that attaches you to this club?
I think it's just it started as a young bloke. That's all I ever wanted to do, and I've been here that long. You sort of become attached to it. So yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know what it is. It's just there's obviously been a lot of tough times at this club, but yeah, I'd love to see it successful, and I think it the club deserves it.
Well, it almost feels like it's meant to be. It's what you wanted to do, and that's what you've stayed, and you're chasing that dream of lifting the silverware one day and helping the club be as good as it can be.
Yeah, for sure. That would be the ultimate.
Back to last Saturday, honestly, if I was to write a script, right, for a Hollywood blockbuster about a Luke Brooks fairy tale, I mean, you couldn't write that stuff.
No.
What did it just feel like everything you touched turned to gold?
There was a couple of things that I did wrong in the game, but
Yeah.
no, I think as a side,
Yeah.
as a team, we did I spoke about.
You had a hand in a lot of good things.
Yeah, and it wasn't just me; it was everyone.
No.
Everyone just had a great game, and yeah, you got to. I guess it doesn't happen too often where everyone in the 17 has one of their best games. So that's as I said, that sort of performance has come in. Obviously, didn't know it would score that many points, but yeah, just play. Everything was just coming off. So I guess that's what you put in all the work for out on the training field for that to come off, and yeah, hopefully we can keep it going.
Yeah, and they're not throwaway lines, because I spoke to quite a few of the boys, and we did normal media, weekly media presses with, as we do. And a lot of them were saying, we want to do it for you as well, for Luke Brooks, to celebrate that milestone. So how does that, must feel good.
Yeah, it definitely feels good, and I guess you probably knew that we're on in our first set of our first couple of sets of D. They really weren't making many meters, and that's when everyone's turned up to play is when our defense is on. So yeah, it is special that they wanted to put on that performance, but also for the crowd as well at Leica. We obviously the first two games of the season they showed up, and we didn't have our best games, and we wanted to put in a good performance for them. They always show up at that ground, and yeah, it was a crazy night, but the crowd was pumping, and we always love to see it there at Leica.
I pick up on what you said there, when you can after the first couple of sets, don't you, if the team is on?
Yeah, for sure.
And it's that defensive.
Yeah, it's the contact.
It's the kick chase.
It's the line speed, everything. If we got all that going, then all right, we're here to play.
Did you feel going to the game after the week of training that the team was on?
Yeah, I feel like I feel like we've sort of been building in that
Mm.
the last few weeks. Like we've been on. I think our defense has actually been good all year,
Yep.
apart from one game against Broncos where we leaked a few points. But that sort of stuff, our line speed, contact, that's been on all year, and I think that starts from our forward pack. They've been playing outstanding all year.
Mm. No, they have, mate. It's been a really good month. But as you say, those other games that you lost, and we spoke about it with a few of the other boys that have been on here. Statistically, you've been right near the
Better.
top of the charts
Yeah.
in a lot of stats in the game.
Yeah.
So it is building. Have you felt that your combination with Appy particularly, and also with Brandon, is coming along? You know each other's game a lot better now.
Yeah, definitely. I think at the start of the year we were sort of trying to find the way that.
Because he's a real front foot player.
Yeah, and you look at our forward pack, they're playing mad, so they're going forward, getting quick play the balls, and that
Makes it a bit easier.
Yeah, that brings him into the game. So
And you,
I think the last month or so was probably the Penrith game because it was raining.
Yep.
We sort of had to
Rain
tighten it up a bit, just go through the middle, and we found what works for us. So we got, as I said, we got a great forward pack, so we may as well use them, and that brings Uppy into it.
You so 200 games for you, obviously. Yeah, 50 for Star for Toa. How good's he been going?
Mate, I thought it was Greg Inglis. He was outstanding. He looked dangerous every.
I think he made
time.
more
Yeah,
tackle busts than anyone. That big fan.
it's crazy. Yeah, he's not very big, but he's strong. Tackling him at training, I was told him, "Geez, you're a strong bloke." And then
He's a lovely fella. He is strong.
he is. I think he was probably at a point to prove all the attention was on me for my 200th, but it was his 50th, so he needed some attention.
Yeah, no, I mean, and we haven't touched on Jareem. I mean, he's
freak.
played 4 games now. I think maybe it's a 4 or 5. 4.
Five.
He's 5. He's certainly added another
Yeah.
dimension to the team.
Yeah, he's been our best player pretty much every game. And I think like a lot of the talk is about his attack, but his defense has saved us against Penrith, saved us against Dragons, and just his toughness. He's not very big, but he puts his body on the line. So he's gonna be a good player and have a long career. Hopefully he stays at the Tigers for a long time.
He's something special, and again, very grounded, still learning a lot.
Yeah, he's a great kid. He's a very, very good kid.
Just back to Saturday at Leichhardt again, and I don't apologise for going back there because I just loved it.
I'm getting over it.
You can't get over it. Well, I read in the paper, it's the best thing since 2005. You know, it was amazing, right? The crowd was rocking. It was beautiful. Half time, I don't always go in the sheds. I popped into the sheds.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff, sort of reveal what's spoken in there. But I will say this: one of the key messages from the coaching staff, well, there were 2. Defensively, we are on.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
Yeah.
Exactly the same as what you're doing. And the other was, do not try and protect this lead.
Yeah.
What does that mean exactly?
Just keep playing footy.
Yep.
I guess sometimes it sort of happened against Dragons. We got to a lead and we sort of.
Shut up shop.
Yeah, I guess probably then because we only had one game. We hadn't been in that position all year. You sort of get nervous and you start to, just not play as much footy. You sort of go one out carries, and it just makes it easier for their defense. So we just wanted to keep playing footy because obviously it was working for us, and it paid off.
Well, I will reveal who was saying that. Benji said, keep playing footy.
Yeah.
You kept playing footy, all right.
Yeah, we did.
That poor old scoreboard attendant, he's got RSI in the elbow or the wrist, I think.
I've seen
From changing the score. From changing the score.
I've seen a few photos. One of my brother's mates, they actually got up. People got up in the scoreboard, so he had a bit of help up there. People up there watching.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So he might have been sitting back having some Robbie's cans.
Yeah.
It was a great night. It was a really great night. Just back on Appy too, like how good has he been over the past month, and thoroughly deserves his wearing the Blues number 9 jersey.
Yeah, 100%. He's obviously the best hooker for the Blues and probably in the game, I reckon. But yeah, just what he does out of hooker is it's hard to replicate. Just his deception and what he has been good with as well is his leadership off the field. Really bringing the boys together, and obviously a few tough losses. He always showed up with a positive attitude, and he's been good for our group.
He's I'd never met Appy before he came here. He's a quality fella. He really is. But in terms of football ability, some of that stuff that he does, it's just so silky. He's not even looking, and he's just doing the way he's scooping up and going forward and putting people. It's wonderful to watch. You talked about Steph. Oh, you didn't. I'm talking about Steph. He's been one of our strong forwards in the middle too. Gone a bit under the radar. Yeah. Nice to see him included in the squad.
Yeah, for sure. It's that's a massive honour for him. It shows that he's close. So I guess if there's an injury or anything, that he's right up in the mix. So he's you forget that he's only 22 or 23. Yeah. So he's still young. I don't even, how old is he? 21.
I don't know. he's young. 23,
he's
23,
young.
I think.
23. Yeah, but
he wants to lead this team one day.
Yeah, and I reckon he has the qualities to be able to do that. And I actually said that a couple of years ago when he first came over. That he's got the qualities to be a captain, and I think having someone like David Clemmer, come over, like that old head, help him out. And as I said, our whole forward pack has been outstanding.
Again, just back on Appy, have you had to adjust your game a bit around Appy, his rival?
Not really. It's just sort of learning how to play with him, and I guess when there's a quick play the ball, just stay up flat, go push with him. Don't if you have a play call, you sort of.
It's been taking a while for you to realise. Okay, I know where he's going now.
Yeah, and I think we sort of knew that sort of player, it's going to take time to learn to play with. But now I think we know once we get over that advantage line at getting quick play the balls, we got to be up there.
Got to be there.
Go with him.
Yeah. And tell us, with Adam gone, do you feel like you've got a bit more sort of ownership on the attack? No, not discrediting Adam anyway, but he was. Do you feel like it's more of your team to control?
Not really. I think it hasn't changed too much. I think, Brendan and I we've just worked out what works for us. And obviously I'm the predominant first receiver with Wakey being the second receiver. So I think it was, worked out well. And I think Wakey's been really good for us. His kicking game and his sort of patience. He laid on a few tries for with some good balls on the weekend. So I think he's been really good.
Wakey, he has been. What 11 from 11 off the boot, spread around a little bit. You got one.
Yeah, he was slotting them from the sideline.
Yours was in front.
Nah, mine was sideline.
Was it?
It was in front.
It was in front. It was Joff's try.
Yeah. Uppy slotted one as well.
Yeah, how good was that? That was like.
So you like things like that, just everything.
Because he kicked one at Campbelltown. Was it from the sideline against Manly? It was. Him? Sure, it was. Because my boys asked me, "Why is Appy kicking?" Was it against Campbelltown or was it against Para?
He missed one against Para.
No, he missed it from the sideline.
Yeah.
I got a mate of mine, right? He actually went to Holy Cross as well.
What's his name?
His name is Paul Staunton.
Yeah.
He was the prop forward for Holy Cross in the Commonwealth Bank Cup final.
Yeah. Where
my team won. Paramaras.
Yeah.
I didn't know him. Didn't know him from Adam. Anyway, we only met about 5 years ago. Kids through school, etc. So, P.S. Paul Ciro. His nickname's Ciro.
Yeah.
Right? Holy Cross ride, boy. Anyway, that aside, him and a few of the boys are West Tigers fans up where I live. They're always, they're sort of dreaming still a little bit. They're saying, can we or not? Can we? And you know what I'm talking about. Can we make the finals? Is that something you guys talk about?
I guess.
Or are you going to give me the cliche?
No, it's definitely something that we want to do, and I think we can. I guess these next 3 games after the bye, they're very important. If we get a couple wins, that's going into another bye. Really set up our season, but I guess for us is just putting in good performances, and we've showed our best. So we want to keep it up there, and I think we can match it with most teams if we're playing our best footy all the time.
Absolutely.
There's no reason why we can't.
And I haven't even looked mathematically, but I'm sure there are enough games.
It's very tight. I guess the whole ladder's tight, so anything can happen. You get a few wins, you get a bit of momentum, and you're right up there.
Bring it on. Has anything changed in the past month or so? The way the results have changed, but the way you've been playing?
I guess playing a bit more through the middle, a bit more direct. We probably started out moving the ball a fair bit in the first couple of rounds, and I don't know if that had anything to do with our completion rate, but I guess we sort of found what works for us, and also confidence. When you get a few wins, everything becomes a bit more easier, and you got that confidence going into the game because you know that what you're doing has worked.
Okay, so Raiders on Friday. So you guys are coming fresh off the bye.
Yeah.
Hopefully the boys are just taking it easy this weekend, just putting their feet up. They will be coming off, I think it's a 6-day turnaround from their match against South Sydney. And only recently they put together, I think, 5 straight wins, the Raiders. Not going to be easy. And they smashed us last time they played us at Leichhardt. It was a similar score to what you just did to Cowboys. How do you beat the Green Machine?
I guess just stick to what works for us. Playing through the middle. They obviously they had a loss against Manly, but before that they had 5 wins in a row. They're a good quality side. They're probably one of those sides that just have players that are just like strong runners of the ball, hard to tackle. So they got a good pack, which I think will be one in the forwards.
And you've touched on, not that we want to poke the bear, but I imagine Johnny Bateman will be looking forward to this game.
I think he will. I think he's been in touch with a couple of the Canberra boys, so he'll be looking forward to it.
I bet he will. No, I bet he will. When the team hasn't been going well, the first person they start bagging is normally you. And I guess, the number 7, whichever team you play for, if the team isn't going well, you are, I guess, the quarterback, the chief playmaker.
Yeah.
But sometimes, and you will know it, kids have gone over the edge, right? And it is abuse, some of the stuff that they throw at you. And I don't read a lot of it. I know you don't really read much of it at all either. But how have you coped over the years, mate? And I know people often ask you this question. How have you coped when you read that kind of that shit, right?
Yeah.
Do you just try and block it out? I mean, how do you prevent it from affecting you and your life? Because you're a human firstly, a footballer secondly.
Yeah. You're talking about media or no,
just social, probably more social media.
that
media.
stuff. No, I couldn't care less. Like there's half the people on there just to do it for the sake of it. So I guess that's just the world we live in now. That people say stuff that wouldn't say to your face, but people can get away with that stuff now, and I don't know. For me, it doesn't really matter. Like I don't know the person. Who cares? Who cares what they say about me? They don't mean anything to me. So I think probably the worst thing is the media. The blokes that have never played a game at NRL have the biggest voice in the media. Like, I can cop the former players and that. Like at least they've been there. They've done it. They know what it's like. But there's people that have a very big voice in the game, which I don't understand why. And the problem is people keep watching it, so that's
Well,
and we know that half of it's not true. So yeah.
Anyway, no, but you're right. Someone that's played the game at a high level or a former teamer or whatever, you'll listen to and respect their opinion. You might not always agree with it.
Yeah, exactly.
But when there are, journos out there that haven't pulled a boot on, oh yeah, no, I understand what you're talking about. What sort of advice? And like, this is not just for sportsmen, right? For just take your footballer's hat off here for a moment. When you do get sort of bullied online or whatever, and this could be advice for parents of even kids at school.
Yeah.
What sort of advice would you maybe give to someone that is a victim of bullying?
Yeah. I think it's hard because as a younger bloke, you probably read it a lot more, and I would have read.
Yep.
Or I don't have social media because so I can't read it. So, but when I did have it, like as a young bloke, you sort of see it and you get a bit fired up and you want to say something back, but it's probably just egging them on. So for me, it's just leaving it. Don't give them anything, and then because that's what they're just looking for, a reaction. So if you give them a reaction, then they win. So just give them nothing, and I guess that's for me. That's why I sort of keep quiet and. Because you don't want to say something, then you put a target on your back, and then it just keeps going. You're just like, who cares? Just leave it. That's the way it's gonna be. There's always gonna do stuff, which is pretty because it shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't have people go out on social media and make other people feel bad, but that's the way it is, and it's scary for kids as well. That because I guess that's what happens with kids, but any advice would just be to not give them a reaction.
Don't give them fuel.
Yeah.
No, I like it, mate. Let's. We haven't got a whole lot of time left. Let's talk about your future, right? So we all know you're off contract. Wakey's off contract. Adam won't be playing until I don't know, maybe mid next year, I guess. So obviously the club does need to be talking to other halves. How do you feel when you know that's going on? That's business.
Yeah,
you get that.
Yeah, I understand. It's it's business as long as they're up front with me and just tell me what the plan is for me. Then that's all I can worry about. I guess there's always going to be rumors or stuff about other halves, but it's nothing I can control. So. I just worry about what happens with me.
Well, you're worried about playing Canberra
exactly
this
right.
coming weekend, right?
Yeah, and it's sort of been good this year. That's all I've been focused about.
You're not worried about it. You're focused on playing Canberra this week. And correct me if I'm wrong here, but you're just putting your best foot forward every week and things will take care of themselves.
Yeah, and that's all you can do. I've been in this position before, so I've learned a bit from it. So just worry about playing footy. Yeah.
You want to stay here?
I guess I'm not stupid. Anything can happen. Like I know, footy these days, it's pretty crazy. Anyone can end up anywhere. So, to be honest, like obviously it would be nice, but I understand that it's a business and
well, I guess a lot goes into it too, right? Your desire to stay here, money, what other options you might have, what other options the club might have. A lot of things go into the mix. But in an ideal world, if the stars all align, you'd like to stay here and you'd like to win a premiership here.
Yeah. That's as we said before, that's the dream. So it'll be nice, but we'll see what happens.
Bryden's lawyers are the lawyers you know and trust. If you require legal representation, then why look anywhere else? Call Bryden's lawyers on 1800 848 848. Bryden's lawyers, we do support you in your time of need.
All right, we've got a few questions from the crowd, Brooks. Can you stick around for a little bit longer?
No, I gotta go.
Okay. We'll just make one or two.
I'm joking.
Let's bring these babies in here. Okay, we've got quite a few. I don't know if there's... G'day, this is from Jason. G'day, Brooksy. Big fan here. I'd like to know how you deal with all the negativity it has to... with all the negativity, it has to play a part in recent form. I'm absolutely loving watching Sheen, Zappy, Clemmer, etc. drilling media and fans showing that they really have your back.
Yeah, I guess we'll sort of touch on that, but on the last bit, with Sheensy and I think you said Uppy and Clemmer. Yeah, that's always good when you know that the coaching staff and the players have your back. Because at the end of the day, they're the only opinions that matter to me. They're the ones who I want to prove myself to, not people outside of this club. So as long as they're happy with me, then that's all good.
Joey Lombardo, g'day, Luke. Big West Tigers fan here. Do you see yourself and Wakey forming a long-term halves partnership? You seem to be working really well together and clicking. I was skeptical at first, but I think you guys really complement each other very well.
Yeah, I think we have been playing well together, and obviously I've enjoyed playing alongside Wakey, and he's been one of our best players. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think you said he was off contract as well. So
Dorothy Kenny. Hey Luke, I've been a one club Tigers fan all my life, so I'm hoping you will become one too. Praying the club will back you all the way. So there you go. That's from Dorothy.
Thanks, Dorothy.
You've got a lot of fans out there, mate, haven't you? And we saw that at the weekend.
A lot of
You're
people,
a pretty popular cat.
a lot of people when I'm walking around the shops will come up and like say they're backing me. So
How's it make you feel?
yeah, it's good because there's always talk about negativity, but there's a lot of positive stuff as well. So I appreciate that from the fans.
This one's not in here. I read it earlier. I think it was Mary from, I think it was Wagga, and it was on Insta. Best way, by the way, to send these questions in for all of our guests, just direct messages on Insta, West Tigers BTR. YouTube also, you can like us. Subscribe, you know where, it's down there. There should be a little thing moving in there on the screen. Subscribe, okay? And we'll keep growing. Numbers are going good on the socials, Brooksy. I think Mary from Wagga, and I haven't got it with me, but she did say something like at the weekend after each game, you guys all got together in a huddle after each try we scored and seemed to have a chat. What goes on at that moment?
We just talk about what's going on and what we want to do in the next set.
Is it the deep breathing as well?
Yeah, we have a little breath, but I guess just to I don't know, get your composure.
Because that next set after scoring points is
it's important. Yeah, so that's what goes on.
And this one here, finally, hey Brooksy, wicked. It's from Jack Simon. Hey Brooksy, wicked game last weekend, brother. Who's the biggest pest in the squad?
Nato, easy. Apparently on the weekend he was torture too in the game.
Yep, I sat next to him in the dugout,
getting into Jakey Simpkin.
Oh, he's a character.
He
was on here last week.
He's a punish. How'd he go?
Yeah, good.
Nah,
good.
He's
a good fella.
He's good.
Indigenous round, we haven't touched on that. It was really nice.
Yeah, it was.
The way the whole game does it.
Yeah, they're really.
You like the jersey?
They do it well. Yeah, it's a nice jersey. It is. Actually, Dream's boots were nice. Yeah,
didn't
nice
see him.
Pair of boots.
Good.
Nice pair of Nike boots.
Good. No, I thought the jersey looked
Yeah,
great. But Nato, I was sitting next to him for a couple of. He was up and about. Yeah. He's back.
Yeah, I think
he's ready. He's available.
3 weeks off. He needs to be playing.
Squeeze him in.
Otherwise he's punishing people on the
I
sideline.
I can tell Nato needs a game. He's got too much excess energy.
Yeah.
So he'll be ready to rock and roll against the Raiders at Campbelltown Friday night. Going to be cold. Rug up. Get yourself to the Raw store.
Nice.
Yeah, you like that. Righto. Time for our favourite five, Brooksy. Okay, we see that clock up there.
Yeah.
That's the old-fashioned clock, 5 to go. So way before you were born, we had the round analog clocks stopped with 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, okay.
So you don't know when full time is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just stops.
That's what?
Well, the referee has it on. I don't know. I never know why it stopped. No, it just stopped. Well, why do they stop it with 5 to go? So we didn't know when the full-time buzzer was going. So the crowd didn't know exactly when the full-time was. I think to build suspense. Don't know. Listeners, they're our best researchers. Let us know. What's the real reason they used to stop it? Hang on. Righto, let's get into the favourite five, Brooksy. Righto. As a kid, your favourite player growing up?
Probably Benji.
Yeah. I thought that might be right. Okay. Do you have any favourite match day rituals? You know, things that you do all the time on game day? Like eat the same brekkie or wear the same.
Nah, not really. It's too hard. It's too hard to do it because, I don't know, if we play away, then you can't sort of eat that same sort of food. So I reckon there's no point doing it.
No.
The only thing I do, which I do every day, is put my left sock, right shoe. Sorry.
Left sock,
Left
right
sock, right sock, left shoe, right shoe.
Is that when you're playing? Is that your boots or is that general?
In general, every time.
You haven't got socks on.
Yeah, there's no show.
Little ones. Oh, there they are. Yeah, those little babies.
Yeah.
Okay, left sock, left shoe. I've got no idea what. No, I've got no routine.
It just feels weird if I did it any other way. So
Really?
that's the only thing. I'm not really.
Do you think that's a bit strange?
Not.
Is that a bit OCD? I think you might be a little bit.
Just that. Just for my feet. Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't have a clue what sock I put on first. I bet when you were in the kitchen, I bet you sliced that onion really, really fine.
Oh,
You're a bit really particular about how you're cutting things and
nah, not that bad. I like to do things my way, but yeah.
yeah, don't we all?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm a real creature of habit. Righto, but this is not about me, Brooksy. Righto. We're at your place tonight.
Yeah.
What are you cooking? You got three guests.
Three
Three
guests.
dinner guests you're going to invite over. Before we talk about the guests,
Yeah.
What's on the menu?
I think I might. I got an attachment to my like charcoal barbecue.
Yeah.
It's a rotisserie.
Yeah.
Maybe a leg of lamb on the
A
rotisserie.
leg of lamb, slow cook.
So cooked.
Okay.
Oh,
Some nice roast potatoes.
Yeah.
Bit of rosemary, bit of salt.
Make a good potato.
So do I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have a potato off.
You got to get the moisture out first, right?
Steam dry it.
Parboil them.
Parboil.
Get the moist.
Put them in the fridge.
Oh, what before you throw them in the hot oil?
Yeah. And it makes they dry quicker, and then they get heaps crunchy.
Right.
But
and
if you don't have that, if you don't have the time, yeah, steam dry
yeah,
and then chuck them in the hot oil.
fridge before the hot oil. Another thing too, throw them around in your condola
Yeah.
just to rough them up a bit.
Yeah.
We've read the same book. Righto, let's have a potato off.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Righto. Where are we up to? I say that's
guess.
okay. Lamb roast,
Yes.
rotisserie with the best
Potatoes.
roast potatoes. Who are the guests? Could be anyone.
Yeah. Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor,
Anthony Kiedis
UFC.
from Red Hot Chili Peppers. He's a
Yes.
lead singer.
Yes.
And maybe
Red Hot
others.
Chili Peppers.
Luke Combs, country singer.
Can you give us one? No.
I can play it. No.
Oh, you like your country music?
Yeah, yeah. I used to live with like there was 5 of us in the house, and one of the boys just every day just pumped country music, and I hated it. I hate it, but then I eventually got around to it, and now I love it. He's Luke Combs. He's Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen, Chris Stapleton.
Whoa.
You want to get into country? Listen to them.
Well, we're off to Tamworth later in the year.
Yeah, they love it there.
They do love it there. Country music festival. We should maybe tie that in with the game somehow.
Yeah, get Luke
Half-time?
Combs to play.
Half time. Boom.
Wouldn't be too hard, I don't reckon.
Ideas, man. Was Mitch Moses in that house?
He was, but he moved out. It was other blokes.
Got in another country music buff.
Yeah.
That would have been an interesting house, I reckon.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Okay, so righto, moving on. Oh, geez, we've got to get out of here. Favorite food, music, and holiday destination.
Okay, favorite food. Yeah, I love a lot, roast lamb. Yeah, roast lamb or steak.
Which steak?
Say, have you had a hanger steak before?
No.
You have a hanger steak there.
A hanger
down
steak.
there.
What is it?
They call it the butcher's cut. So the butcher keeps it for themselves because it's so tender.
You see, so tender, right? So your eye fillet, right? It's really tender. But I got to be honest with you, I prefer the taste of a rump.
Yeah, I feel it's a bit overrated. But the hangers, it's not like it's nice.
Yeah.
I like a bit of steak with fat on it too.
Oh, you like Scotch fillet?
Yeah. Have you had it's called a rump cap, also known as
No, but a bloke in the butcher yesterday was talking about it.
Have that.
Same bloke that had the tomahawk.
Yeah. That
was
good.
a portion of meat. He didn't have a tomahawk in his
Yeah,
hand.
yeah.
It was the
yeah,
steak.
Yeah. Picanha. It's cook it over
Rump cap.
Rump cap. Yeah.
I'll tell you where I heard someone talking about. I was in the steam room last week, and there was a couple of young blokes, young chefs like yourself, in the sauna, and they were talking about cooking rump
I'm
caps.
scared, but because it's like it's getting a lot more popular, and
Price.
hopefully the price doesn't go up because it's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
For the taste of it, it's good
Well, I think
quality.
the cheaper meat cuts, you can sort of slow cook them, right? And the more expensive stuff, you
Yeah. But
Oh, we
and destination.
music first.
Music.
Well,
I love all sorts of music. From like
Chili peppers and country is very different.
Yeah, 90s rock, 80s, country music now. I don't know. Growing up, Mum used to listen to Triple M, so I got all the rock, and then Dad would listen to WSFM, so I got all the old music. So I know a lot of old music. So
With Johnny Farnham.
Johnny Farnham, yeah, he's good. Jimmy Barnes, I love
like
Cold
Jimmy,
Chisel.
yeah. Jimmy's voice was a bit rusty, I thought,
I
at the
like
grand
it, but-
final last year.
Mate, he's
I
he's
know.
a legend.
No.
You know what? I love him because I've always loved his music, but they interviewed him before the grand final, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm a Tigers fan," and he goes, "Even though we're not going good, he still sticks
didn't know
solid."
that.
And he just went even further in my book. So
Do you know that?
go, Jimmy.
Tommy? Do you know Jimmy was... I didn't
Get
know
him,
that.
get him on here.
I'm going to now.
Yeah, I want to meet him.
We'll get him on. Righto, there's a scoop.
There you go.
Jimmy Barnes is coming on Behind the Raw.
Bloody oath.
Deal. He is.
Yeah.
Yeah, done.
Right, I'll
Righto.
come in.
You're in? You come back for another one.
I'll probably shit myself, but I won't know what to say. Hey, mate.
Jimmy. Righto. Favourite bit of advice you've ever been given? Or advice you have given yourself? Tricky one.
I don't know. I don't know. It's
It's
hard.
I probably should have given you.
I'm not big on like.
Okay, what about
quotes and stuff like that.
coaching advice from a coach?
I guess the simple one is just go out and just play your game. That's pretty simple, but I think for anyone,
You be you.
yeah, for anyone coming up, you're obviously a good player and you get to first grade. Why change?
For a reason.
That's
Yep,
yeah. Why change
absolutely.
a game? Stick to what
You
you're good
do
at.
you.
Stick to your strengths.
Awesome. Well, Brooksy, mate, great chatting to you. Really enjoyed that. I think it's probably more been about food than it's making me a bit hungry too. All the best for the rest of the season, mate, and
Thank you.
all the best with whatever happens.
Yeah.
And you know, just keep giving it your best. Go get them on Friday night against the Raiders.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Thanks for
Awesome.
having me, Chris.
Awesome. Well, there he is, Luke Brooks. Hope you've enjoyed this special weekend edition of Behind the Raw. We'll be doing it all again next week. It will be back on to the Wednesday. It will drop next week. So until then, you know exactly what to do. Show your stripes.
Behind the Raw, the official podcast of West Tigers.